After a bad car accident, a 4-year-old girl recuperated in the hospital from severe injuries for over a month. However, soon after her recovery, a hidden disability of epilepsy was discovered, the complications of which has required a lifetime of vigilance in coping to keep on the move. Our host, Donna Yeager, met with our guest, Paula White, to learn how she has managed her daily healthcare issues with epilepsy. Every year, our On the Move members donate to Toys for Tots. Today, our studio crew will be bringing their toys to the studio during our show. Now, here is our guest, Paula White, and our host, Donna Yeager.
Hi, I'm Donna Yeager with On the Move, and I'd like to welcome our very special guest, Paula White. Welcome, Paula.
Thank you, Donna.
Now, we've known each other for a couple of years now.
About 16 or more.
Yeah. Right. Yes, we've touched each other's lives here and there.
Yes, we did.
Through the years. That's
yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to start at your childhood. You had a very interesting childhood, and you had very loving parents. Your dad was a wonderful guy, and I absolutely love the first photograph that you showed us because it's just so adorable with him holding you in his arms.
Yes, I was a daddy's girl.
Yeah. And where was that taken?
That was in Berkeley.
Wow.
You know, and then a few years later we moved to Oakland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I'm one of 5 children.
Oh, wow.
I'm the 4th one out of 5.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And the other photograph of you and your mom is really adorable, too.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yeah.
So was that in Oakland or Hayward?
That was in Oakland.
Berkeley? Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I lived in Oakland until the 2nd year of our marriage.
Oh, wow.
You know, so, yeah. So I was there for all of my school years.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, and the few years after that.
Oh, and I like that adorable picture of you, the birthday party. You know, the beautiful birthday dress. That's so pretty.
Yes, well, I was a young girl at that point, you know.
Yeah.
Near the end of elementary school.
Oh, okay. And the photograph of you with all of your friends. That's amazing. It's a wonderful picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I lost touch with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Naturally.
It's hard to keep track of everybody.
It is. It is. Yeah.
But it's interesting because even at that young age, you were considerably taller than all of the other girls.
Always. You know, I was always the tallest one in the class.
Wow.
Always had to be in the back row.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you stood out that way. That's good. You know.
Definitely.
Stood up.
Yes.
No, but they're beautiful photographs. Really, really amazing. And then the pictures of your parents holding, you know, you in all the wonderful photographs that you have that as you were growing up, and then the picture of your parents with the 2 older sons. That's your picture. That's you holding. Which one?
The one with my parents and me holding my daughter.
Oh,
you know.
yeah, right.
Yes. But
that's wonderful. That's great. So they visited how soon after you had her?
That was us going to their house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At that point, they lived in Walnut Creek.
Oh.
You know, so.
Not too far away.
No, not really. But they moved back to the Bay Area, or the San Leandro area, you know, before, I'd say after retirement. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
right.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So they were part of your life and, you know, that's wonderful.
Right.
And then they were able to visit.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Terrific.
Well, there were a lot of visits, you know. And of course, we had to have our family reunion every Christmas.
Yeah.
Or Thanksgiving.
Oh, my God. And family is very important. That's wonderful that they were able to be there and, you know, to be with your children and your, you know.
Right.
That's great.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but you know, at one time I was told that I should not have children.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
right.
I consulted with my doctor, and he said, "Go ahead."
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So we had 3 children.
Right. Right.
You know.
Well, and like you said, with the uncertainty of when you had the car accident and you know, hurting the seizures, were they frequent or not very frequent?
Well, it depended on my activities and my growth.
Yeah.
You know, because I was continually growing during my childhood.
Right.
And, you know, taller than the rest of the girls in the family.
Oh, yeah.
Too, but, you know, it's just a point of knowing your body.
Yeah, right.
You know,
right,
and
right.
knowing when you need to stop,
Yeah.
when you can go ahead,
Right.
knowing when you can rest,
Yeah.
knowing when you can be active.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and so you have to listen to your body also.
Right.
And that's hard for a child to learn.
Right. Yeah.
A
So
child
true,
is
yeah.
determined to do what they feel like doing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, but they learn the consequences.
Oh my
too.
gosh. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're able to control it with the medication. So
definitely.
that's great.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Much better as an adult,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
than as a child.
Right. Yeah.
You know, because I'm my own boss.
Wow,
as
that's great.
An adult.
That's right. But your parents were learning. They were on a learning curve.
Oh,
you know,
definitely.
Yeah. Right.
It was new to them.
Right,
You
right.
know, they had dealt with other things, but not epilepsy.
Exactly.
At all.
Right. Right.
You know, so
Wow.
you know, you just have to roll with it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Right.
Yeah. So there were times, you know, when I was growing up, that my mother would can food,
Oh wow.
and the kitchen would get very steamy, and
wow.
that was difficult for me to tolerate at that time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was a helping hand up until
Yeah.
I couldn't tolerate it anymore.
Oh
you
my
know.
God.
So then I would go lay down.
Right.
You know, type
Well,
of thing.
once again, you were listening to your body,
Yes.
and it was telling you to relax and get away from the
Yes.
steam.
Well, I'm a fortunate one in that I have warnings. Some
Oh,
people
wow.
don't have warnings.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Wow.
you know, my warnings are like a patchwork quilt
Oh.
in
yeah.
front of me. And that tells me to go sit down.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
But, you know, my last grand mal was in 1962.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, I've been free quite a while now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yes.
Well, let's keep up the good work.
Right.
That's important, yeah. And you have been very, very talented in sports, I understand, right?
I was.
Right, right.
Yes, I was interested in sports. The only one of my siblings that was out for sports.
Wow.
You know. So there was a girls' athletic association in my middle school,
Okay.
and so I became the champion of the whole school for the last year and a half
Wow.
that I was there.
Oh.
You know.
And all the awards, my goodness, that's what GAA stands for, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
That's great.
So, you know, whatever sport was being for whatever season,
Yeah.
you know, volleyball, kickball, baseball, basketball,
Wow.
and I even taught tennis. I played tennis first, and then I taught the beginners, you know, by the time I reached the advanced class.
Oh my
you know.
gosh.
So,
And you
yeah.
told me that all the awards that you received, they were giving you so many awards they ran out. Right?
yes, they did. Yes, they didn't have anything but stars left.
So that's why there are so many beautiful stars around the outer perimeter of our design.
Yes, yes. They would actually go all the way down my arm.
Wow.
If I had a sweater to
Yeah.
put them on.
So we did a lovely design for you.
Yes, you did.
And what did the big capital be? You said Brett.
Bret Hart Junior High.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Great. That's my brother's name, Brett. That's wonderful.
Yes.
I didn't know there was a school named after him.
Yeah, well, evidently Bret Harte was a good educator, you know, because there's other cities that have that same name for a school. Yeah.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. And then when you graduated high school, when did you start dating your beau?
About a year later, I became interested. There was an ad in the paper for a tip-topper gathering over at Lake Temescal. And so the people that belonged to the club were residents of the whole Bay Area. So we gathered there, and there was a dance where you would trade partners or change partners.
Right.
You know, stop the music, change partners. And so that's how I met George.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
You know, and we just hit it off with our humor together.
Oh, okay.
You know, so at break time, when the band wanted to rest a little bit, George and I took a walk, you know, along Lake Temescal, you know, and got some fresh air.
Yeah.
So from then on, we were friends.
Great. The rest is history.
Yeah, it took him a while to ask me out on a real date.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
I finally got him.
That's right. And so when was the wedding?
It was in June in 1957.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
57 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and your son was born first, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We lived in Oakland our first year, and then moved to San Leandro for another 9 years before coming down to Campbell.
Wow.
47 years ago.
Oh.
You know, but David was my firstborn, and Clifford my second, and Jean my third.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you said there's quite a gap between Clifford
and Jean.
When Jean was born.
Yes, there's 7 and 10 years difference between her and her brothers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, but that's okay. We bought a house in the middle.
Yeah. So everyone felt comfortable and they had their own room.
Right. That's right, finally. Yes.
That's important. Kids really like that, yeah.
Right, yeah.
They like their privacy. Well, I had to share my room with my sister always.
Right.
I never had the luxury of having my own room.
Well, actually, my sisters and I had to share the same bedroom, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So.
That's okay.
Yeah. My brothers got a room for themselves.
Oh.
You know, but, you know, life goes on.
That's right.
You have to learn to live with each
That's
other.
Right, exactly. And the kids got along, so that was good. They had fun together.
Well, they were normal with each other.
Right.
You know, the way siblings are.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's true. And then I understand you love to sew, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. I learned it in junior high because it was one of the required optional subjects.
Oh, okay.
You know, and that was good because then I could finally have clothes that fit me.
Yeah.
The manufacturers didn't make them long enough or thin enough.
Wow.
You know, so I learned how to lengthen my patterns. You know.
Wow, you were very creative.
I had to be.
They didn't do that. I mean, you figured it out. Wow.
Yes, I just had to learn it.
Wow.
One of the first outfits I made was a suit. Actually, a jacket and a skirt because I needed the jacket.
Wow.
And to get it long enough with long enough sleeves, you know, I had to make it.
Wow, that's amazing. My gosh.
Right.
And then, but you were, well, I mean, you've been very talented with your sewing for many, many years. And I personally want to thank you because you are a lifesaver. you designed this for me.
Yes,
a beautiful
I did.
Poncho.
Right.
And you know, my favorite color is purple.
Yeah, so we had to have purple, you know.
That's gorgeous.
And I made ponchos for my grandchildren, as well.
Right.
And I made them for the Sunnyvale Community Services for their Christmas program.
Where my mom used to work.
Yes, yes.
It's a small world, isn't it?
It is.
And then I met you a long time ago when I worked at well, I didn't work there at that time, but at the Adult Independence Development Center.
Yes, you did.
And you were the secretary there, right?
Right.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Well, that's a hard job.
It's a diligent, busy job.
Yeah, exactly. It was a busy place, wasn't it?
It was.
Hustling, bustling a lot.
Yes, the organization served a lot of the disabled community.
Right.
You know. So we had a lot of programs for them to help them learn and understand what they needed to do with their particular situation.
To live independently, right?
Yes, right.
And thanks to Ed Roberts and Judy Heumann, they were the ones that really started the independent living movement in Berkeley, where you originally came from.
Berkeley's known for that.
Exactly. I know. It's so exciting. Yeah. And those were very exciting times. My goodness. You were right there in the thick of it.
I was.
Yeah. Wow.
So doing all that administrative work.
Oh, my goodness. That's amazing.
And supervising some of the staff, too. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. But then also, you sang with your husband, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a choir boy during World War II over at Grace Cathedral. So he had, at that time, a soprano voice, but he later a tenor voice.
Oh.
You know. And so we learned that both of us like to sing. And, and so we've been asked to do duets together for our friend's wedding, you know, as well as at church services.
Yeah.
You know, too.
That's wonderful.
And I sung in the church choir for several years.
Oh, okay.
Too. Yeah.
Because I see in the photograph of you holding the music, and it's like a special holder that both of you are holding, and then the music's inside there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a choir folder.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's kind of nice because you know you're holding the music, and it's a little easier for you to kind of spread it out a little wider with the carrier. I don't know what you call that. What do you call that?
It's a folder.
A folder, okay. But it's so beautiful. It's very fancy. That's wonderful.
Yes, yeah. Well, they're specially made for holding music.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's good. Easy for you to flip the pages. And
Right.
Okay, good. That's great. Well, also, the family pictures that you have are just wonderful, and the three kids, your three children. It's just a really neat picture. I was at a wedding, right?
Yes, my older son's wedding.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And then David had 2 children, and Clifford had 1 child.
Okay.
So that gave me 3 grandchildren.
Oh.
And then my grandson had a child, which gave me a great-grandchild.
Oh, my God. So exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, speaking of sewing, I made clothes for my grandchildren, too. And then I had so many scraps from making them clothes that I ended up making them a queen-size blanket.
Oh, my goodness.
With all their scraps.
Wow.
So...
I bet they were appreciative of that.
They were. They loved it. In fact, they used them all the time. You know. But that gave me the idea to make lap blankets also.
Yeah.
And so I made those for family, friends, and then organizations as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Well, you were keeping very, very busy because you were not only helping the church, but you were helping Sunnyvale Community Services and trying to juggle a job. Wow, that was a lot, boy.
Yes.
You're a superwoman.
Goodness. Well, my last position was at the American Cancer Society.
Oh,
so I was on their administrative staff.
Wow.
Too.
Oh.
So
how was that? Did you like that?
That was busy.
Yeah.
A lot of data entry.
Oh my gosh.
Because
yeah.
they had so many activities and so forth, and we had to keep track of
Wow.
who was attending where.
Really? That's a lot of juggling.
It is, yeah. And then patients would come in and need some services as well.
Wow.
So
wow.
we helped with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because of the medication that you have to take. It's important that you kept track of making sure that you had regular meals and
yes.
to keep your body balanced, and probably the water intake is important so that you don't get dehydrated or it's really important. People don't realize the balance. Our body is wonderful, and we need to keep it in balance, so that we don't get dizzy or our equilibrium.
Well, if I didn't take my medication as scheduled, I would be in trouble.
Right. Exactly.
So I don't want to be in trouble.
No, we definitely don't want that. No, it's wonderful to keep track of it, and you have it. You showed us a really cool list there. Maybe you could talk to me a little bit about that. That's amazing.
Well, like my definition for epilepsy is that a seizure is like an electrical shock to your body.
Right.
And it's an electrical shock to your nervous system, but also to your total body. Right. And it really takes a couple days to get over it.
Oh, yeah.
Because your body's a little shook up.
Right,
You have to let it rest and get back in order, too. Yeah. So I learned the disciplines of taking my medication regularly, as prescribed, and to have proper rest. Right. That was very important. To eat my 3 meals a day, keep my body fed, because when I was younger, I was continually hollow-legged and hungry.
Well, you were very tall too, so
yes,
that's a person who's shorter doesn't have to deal with certain calorie consumption, but the taller you are, I think.
Well, being tall, but also being very active.
Oh yeah, with your sports.
Contributed to my my appetite.
With your sports, you were so involved actively. Wow.
Yeah, so you have to listen to your body. And you have to pace yourself and know when to stop, when to sit down, when to start again. Know your limits. But at the same time, be willing to learn.
Right, yeah.
And be willing to try new skills and activities.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Right.
Because that makes us a better person and a whole person, too. And to be patient with yourself as well. Know that you will be frustrated at times, and not let that frustration deter your development.
Right.
That's
true.
Too. So you just try again.
Yeah. Exactly. And also you were so actively involved with things going on at Sunnyvale Community Services and at church. We have wonderful friends and volunteers who have been able to help us here at the show. And, you've had a lot of great volunteers that you've worked with, too, both at the church and Sunnyvale Community Services. And, without our volunteers, we wouldn't be here. So.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I remember wonderful Sam Graff. He was such a wonderful man, and we were on the pastor nominating committee together, and he was a great guy. And I guess you guys lived pretty close by, so you shared a ride, here and there. So, but it's our wonderful friends that we have that, are helping us to, keep on going.
Yes.
Staying on the move.
That's right. You have to stay on the move.
That's right,
Too.
And I want to also talk about really quickly here the Toys for Tots program is wonderful. Every year we try to give presents to the children, the unwrapped presents. And so people can just find out more information just by going to online, going to toysfortots.org, and that's really wonderful, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, but I'd like to ask our first gentleman, our volunteer, Mark. He's going to put some presents in the... Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you. Thank you. And here comes Deb. She's another wonderful volunteer. Thank you, Deb. Thank you. The children will be so happy. Yay. That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go. Then here's Judy. Yay, Judy. Thank you. There we go. Oh, that's so colorful. So, and as a result of when we give these presents and the toys to the children, we'll deliver them as we do every year. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we have such a wonderful time, you know, helping the children and volunteering wherever we can, because, you know, that is, like you said, it's very important to...
Well, I think it's healthy to give.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
You have to go and live beyond yourself.
Exactly.
In order to remain healthy.
Right,
you know,
right. Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and when we keep our mind active and busy and you know, really, you know, well, you stay very active with your grandchildren now, too.
Well, true.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever slow down completely.
No, that's very true. Well, let me say the Toys for Tots one more time. It's toysfortots.org, and people can find out more information by just looking that up and see where they have big, huge barrels that you can, you know, put the toys in all over the Bay Area. So.
Yes, right. Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. Well, Paula, I want to thank you so very much. You've been wonderful, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
And thank you so very much for joining us. Until next time, I'm Donna Yeager with On the Move. Have a wonderful day.
What fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Little wings, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleigh song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Happy holidays!
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas!
Happy holidays.